I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And it's a second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll look to throw here. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. And occasionally, you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 6 catches, 58 yards.
And that touchdown was his first of the year, and you know he's eager to get more of those. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marshawn Lynch, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson.
But what happens a lot of the time is if you haven't scored in the beginning, once you get that first one, they tend to come in bunches.
On second down, Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first and 10, McMillan. And this one caught by Cameron Braid.
When you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's right. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Off the play fake, McMillan. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over. They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
A little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The former Broncos scored a touchdown for him in the Super Bowl. Malik Jackson.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
In this case,
Here we go.
never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
Check 26, check 26.
Little motion now from the tight end. On second down, here's Fournette. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Looking to throw. And fights through one man. And he'll be knocked down sideways. First down, the run with Lynch. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Lynch. A little second effort there on the strong run.
No. Check. Patriot. Green 39. No. Check.
They'll drop the throw. And it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Lynch. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. No. Check.
They try again with Lynch. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Now back to throw. And this is incomplete. He'll look to throw. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others.
Let's go. Red 38.
To throw on 2nd down. McMillan. Nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Hands, a little bit questionable.
To throw on 3rd down. McMillan. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. On 1st down, McMillan. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. A good pickup there, a 22.
Let's go.
Throwing on first down. McMillan, his throw caught at about the 5. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Looking to throw. McMillan. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
But it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No,
and
not.
out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. It's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system.
This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw here. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. They'll look to throw, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. As they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Set. Blue, landing. Leopard.
He'll drop to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Leopard.
Back to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Back to throw again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Pass interference. Defense.
They'll throw now on the final play. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
Looking to throw on second down. McMillan. And he will find his man for the first time. Demaryius Thomas. Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
That's control.
And he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Caught out left side by Robinson. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Back to the ground. Lynch. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. They'll set up a throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are back within a score.
Lucky, because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And some room to maneuver.
Brandon, that's the third time he's fumbled so far in this game, and you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them, but the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better, and now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Again, Anderson. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. McMillan. And he's got some space here. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 43 yards. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And a short gain here down to the 22. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Looking to throw. McMillan, pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. Throwing on 3rd and long. McMillan. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect.
For him, he's doing great work. Sometimes it just opens it up for other people to actually get into the end zone for him.
The runners, you know, would they rather have 60 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 150 no touchdowns? They'll run it again with Fournette. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Caught right side, Davis. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Now as they get set to take over here. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this 3rd quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then like blink of an eye, you're losing the game. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. Back to throw. McMillan, and he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Yes, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Fournette, a 1st down carry, uses the stiff arm. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Two, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
No, check, Patriot.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Running left, it's Fournette. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
3-19.
They'll set up to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And defensively a backbreaker. They'll look to throw now on first down. And now running right through it. And he'll be out of bounds.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. I mean, sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Downfield. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McMillan. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McMillan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of a wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you? Here's a give to Fournette. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. They'll run again with Lynch. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Aguayo able to knock it through the 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.